Welcome to Options Center. It is Wednesday, Fed Day, FOMC, and I figured I'd put out a video while we're waiting for the Fed minutes to come out. The Fed decision, at 2 p.m. and then Powell at 2:30. So we're going to check out NVDA right here, right now, on multiple time frames. We'll start at the monthly, go down to the daily. So if you're new here, go down to the bottom right-hand corner, hit that Options Center logo, and subscribe. And if this information helps, please like the video. Now, we are on NVIDIA monthly time frame. Huge ascending triangle, broke out of there, and just never looked back. This thing is strong. This thing is powerful. It keeps on moving. So there's nothing bearish about this chart here. We do have a inside monthly candle that is red. That's about all the signs we have, but we're over all the MAs, MACD skyrocketing, and slight divergence here, which could last a very long time on the RSI. So let's go down to the weekly time frame. See if we can read anything down from there. Now, we do have an Elliott wave count here. There's a much larger one that goes back, but this we have in an intermediate term, 1, 2, and we may have ended 3 here or slightly a bit higher at the 4, 8, 1, 6 area. We do have a little bit of room to go to touch that spot, but we'll go down to lower levels and see what's happening. So with the MACD, again, we're trending to the upside. MACD is still trending up well into bullish territory. RSI, no real divergence there, but is cooling off just a bit. Came out of overbought conditions. If we look closer at the candles, we're just trying to hold this 8 EMA on the weekly. So really just trying to test that area. Had about 3 on the 4th week of down movement here, so that might be what we're looking for. We'll have to wait for this week to end to see if we get some sort of tail candle for a possible reversal at this point to the upside, or do we break down, close underneath the 8 EMA and look for the 20 down low? Okay. On the daily, trend is our friend. Within this intermediate wave, we have a expanded leading diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, into 5, which would start our 1, an expanded flat into 2, and working on wave 3, possible ending of wave 3 right at the 200% fib extension. So that works out perfect. We are on the daily a little bit more bearish, a little bit more skeptical about the move here. So we're being cautious. I'm pulling out just a little bit more so we could see this. We have this rising pivot with a couple touches here, here, and finally here, which coincides with the 50-day moving average. So when we actually started to come down from this point, it looks like we have some sort of maybe a W, X, Y, or an A, B, C from this level. That's all we can see. We did close this gap here. We'll close that. But we are still underneath the 20 and 8-day declining moving averages. So we have to be cautious about this. This is going to be a huge pivot here. Let's see if we actually break down or break up from this point. In order to get bullish, we can definitely get bullish at the pivot for a great bounce. That would have been a bounce play. I didn't catch that. But now we have to wait to see what it does. Does it regain these moving averages in this downtrend line, or do we break down, which would be a nice spot to short because we have plenty of room down to the 382, which is a possible wave 4 ending here from the bottom of wave 2 to the top of wave 3. That would be the 382. It could possibly go down to a 50% retracement. But we're going to do this one day at a time. And then we have the 100-day moving average, which you see a gap. We'll go ahead and put that gap in there. That would be a nice support as well. That probably coincides with the 50%. Let's just add that on. See what we got here. Figure it out as we go, you guys. Perfect. So if we get through that gap, through the uptrend line, which this can be adjusted just a little bit because of the, about right there with this contact here, then if we come down, we have that support here, a nice confluence of support at this area for here for at least a bounce, and then we'll have to see what happens after that if we get down that far. So the MACD, after our we had some bearish divergence start to play out and came down to the 0 line, which is natural, that natural support area. So we'll see if we start to work our way back up and cross the blue line again, and this would be a possible wave 4. So then after getting back up, we would expect a lower high on this MACD and the RSI to create another bearish divergence, but a new high here. So a lower high here and a higher high on price, which would create more bearish divergence, and then we'd have a larger degree pullback for a wave 4 after that. All right, so that's all we want to show here on NVIDIA. We are still bullish on it. We're just waiting for this correction to end and look for some signs of bullishness. Maybe we get a, maybe this is a impulsive wave 1. Oh, look down at 65. Why not? So after this possible A, B, C correction, that does look like a 3-wave move down, 3-wave move up, and a 5-wave move down here. So that possibly means that we could have some sort of flat. This could be a larger wave A, maybe expanded B down to C. There could be a couple things that happen here, and that would bring us right to the 38.2 anyway. But we'll play this day by day. This does not look like an impulsive wave move up, so we'll have to play this. See, we're trying to get that crossover. It looks like it's just a bounce at this point, but this could be a simple A, B, C. So to start our wave up in a flat. So we'll have to watch. This is a complex correction here in a wave 4, so this could play out for some time now, and we'll just we'll have to be careful. Wave 4s are very tricky. You'll have to use levels here, very direct. So if we come back down to retest this 50, that'd be a objective spot to go back in for a long, and perhaps that would be A, B, C, 5-wave move, impulsive wave move up. Or we start to break down from this area and you start to short underneath here using this as your ceiling and your stop, and look for lower prices down here to 240 area, right with the 100-day moving average. So that might all depend on the market, and if the market's weak after FOMC, then we can probably expect NVIDIA to correct just a little bit more. We're not super bearish on NVIDIA, even though it's skyrocketed. We have higher time frames that if we go up to the weekly, you know, this is just a 1-2 in our visual here. We can go over to the monthly. I'm going to leave the weekly time frame on, but we have a longer time frame, a primary wave 1, 2, and we haven't even gotten to that yet. The 1-2, 1-2 in the yellow, we haven't even completed this green aspect yet. I mean, this thing could go to the thousands again before it splits, and you know, we have the primary waves, the higher degrees, the intermediates to go, and we're on this time frame, we're just in a minor possible wave 3 to 4 pullback. So that's my look at NVIDIA at this point. So on any strength with the market, let's look for NVIDIA to be a strong mover here in the future. So thanks for joining us here at Options Center. Don't forget to hit that notification bell for when I put out more videos on the weekend and during the weekdays, here to help. So thanks.